Good day. The state television company of Western Armenia represents all the most important events of these days. Today's broadcast. Let's find out the educational center of Western Armenia, Armenian schools of Tigranakert. To forget the victims of Armenocide means to forget humanity, Ali Ertem. A program for the development of social entrepreneurship in the agricultural sector will be implemented in Artsakh. The villages of Javakh, Gogashen and Apnia are deprived of gas and roads. Routes are being discussed now. The main direction are Yeraskh-Nakhichevan and Meghri, a Ministry of Territorial Administration. The film The Desire to Live by a young Artsakh filmmaker was recognized as the winner of Cannes Film Festival. New song by Project LA in Western Armenian language. The city of Tigranakert was one of the major centers of Western Armenia on the border of province Artsakh and Armenia Mesopotamia. Tigranakert was ruled by the Ottoman Empire in 1515, becoming the center of province. As it is known, in modern times the foundation of Western Armenian Educational Center was laid on July 10 in 1824 with special kontakion by the Patriarch of Constantinople, Armenian Karapet Palatsi. This kontakion became a signal for the opening of schools at church in Tigranakert in the Armenian centers of Western Armenia and other areas of Ottoman Empire. In 1857, in the city, schools for girls are attached to St. Sarkis and St. Kyriakos churches. There were 70 schoolgirls at St. Kyriakos School and 40 schoolgirls at a St. Kyriakos School. The number of school children was increasing. In the same year, a men's school was also opened in the city, attended by 200 boys. In the late 1818s and early 1819s, Tigranakert continued quite detailed information about Armenian schools in the work Ancient Turkey by French researcher Vidal Quinn. According to the researcher, there were 9 national, community and private Armenian colleges in city. The citizens of Western Armenia were informed that one of founders of Oppositionist of Genocide Association, Ali Ertem, who was deported to Germany, has passed away. Ali Ertem was a man who fought for the Turkish government and people to recognize the genocide of Armenian people, Armenocide. Remaining faithful to his struggle, Ertem was not only morally but also financially paid his debt to the Armenian Genocide Museum Institute. Ali Ertem was a man who said that Turkish genocidal regime built on corpse. To forget the victims of Armenocide means to forget humanity. The president of Western Armenia and the Armenians of Western Armenia expressed their condolence to the family, relatives and children of Western Armenia in connection with this heavy loss. Armenians of Western Armenia always remember such valuable people with respect. Tamara Danielian, chairman of Vector Public Organization, head of Accelerator Program, noted the following. The program is aimed at developing and stimulating the opportunities of students engaged in entrepreneurship in the field of agriculture in Artsakh. The idea of the project arose after the war. As a means of overcoming the crisis, we attach importance to the formation of practical knowledge, skills and abilities of specialists in the field, as well as the acquisition of new partners and expansion of the network, which will help the beneficiaries to face the modern challenges of the industry with the world. We plan to gather together 15 participants from different communities, Stepanakert, Asker and Martaket, Martuni, as well as from Shushi, Hadrut, Karvajar and Kashatagh regions who settled in these areas. People living in Artsakh under the age of 18 and older, public organizations operating in Artsakh, initiatives can apply to the program. Money assistance will be awarded to the implementation of the Best Business Project. The program is funded by the Eurasia Corporation Fund. There are still villages in Akhalkalak where people are forced to live without any essential conditions. The villages of Apnia and Gogashen belong to these villages. These villages have similar problems, so it seems they have put up with the conditions. Among them are the bad condition of the roads and the lack of transport. Residents are also concerned about the issue of water. In addition to the lack of irrigation water, people don't even have drinking water in their homes. And the most important problem is the lack of gasification. There is no gas in villages, so people use firewood to heat the house. Unemployment is also a painful problem in the village. Young people who receive higher education don't want to return to the village because there are no jobs in the village. As for the school, it also has many problems. For example, there is no gym and students are limited to playing chess in classrooms, and it's possible to play outside only in warm weather. During a briefing with journalists, Deputy Minister of Territorial Administration Armen Simonyan said, "The road infrastructure today is being brought to a level that meets international standards. The changes that we have made and are now announcing competitions for the selection of regular route operators will allow us to modernize the rolling stock." The Deputy Minister of Ministry of Transport detailed exactly which routes are in question. In terms of railways, the directions are clearly defined. One of them is from Yeraskh to Nakhichevan. The other is the direction passing through the southern section. We have a direction that goes to Georgia, and we have another one that goes to occupied Western Armenia. Specifically with Nakhichevan, we have routes in the direction of Yeraskh and Meghri. At this stage, routes are processing of crossing the borders and being discussed. There is no clarity yet. We are talking about transit traffic. We will have a connection with Russia, with Iran through Nakhichevan. This will be unblocking, said Minister of Territorial Administration Deputy Minister Armen Simonyan. It should be noted that this illegal blockade has been used by neighboring states for more than 100 years, violating the sovereignty of Western Armenia. Western Armenia, closely following the events in the region, strictly condemns these latest encroachments. The movie entitled Desire to Live by young Artsakh filmmaker Mariam Avetisyan has won the Big Indigenous People Film category, and Avetisyan was named the winner of Best Director Documentary Feature category at the Cannes Film Festival. In an interview with Artsakh Press, Mariam noted that the film depicts the post-war life in Artsakh and the consequences of war last fall on the people living there. We have received positive feedback from Armenian diaspora. We have many supporters, journalists, directors, celebrities such as Serge Tankian. The film was presented at various festivals in Toronto, Austria, USA, Armenia, Russia, and was a success. Avetisyan added in particular, according to her, this achievement at Cannes Film Festival was unexpected but very encouraging, and such accomplishments help and give faith to move forward and try to do more. The Project LA celebrates its 6th anniversary, in connection with which it presented to its audience the only Western Armenian song on the playlist based on the poem Nightingale by Misakh Medzarent. The author of the music is Levon Arevshadyan. The song is performed by Gor Sujian. The author's musical project, Project LA, was founded in 2015 by economist Levon Arevshadyan. The playlist of the project consists exclusively of Levon Arevshadyan's songs, poems by Vahen Teryan, Yereskh-Nakhichevan, Hamo Sahian, Silva Kaputikyan, Baruy Sevak, Misakh Medzarent, one of the modern writers Aved Barseghian. The first album with Armenian songs was released in 2017. 2021, in commemoration of the memory of the victims of Western Artsakh War, the group released Requiem, the author of the words of which is Aved Barseghian. Now the musical part, Spring Melody Solo by Project LA.
Անտառներում մեջ մենիկ Երբ շխորներ պահմընդատին Հասնի գիշերն երջանիկ Արևելքի գիշեր մջինջ Շափյուղազարդ երկինքով Ուր հեշտություն է ամեն ինչ Ամեն իր լի բուրմունքով
The full version of this video is available on Western Armenia's YouTube channel. This was all for today. Goodbye.